talk a little bit about back when I was a paper boy, my little experiences with that, because that will be a little bit of a long video, probably another 5-minute one like I'm used to making nowadays. Gotten better at making them longer, but yeah, back when I was a paper boy, that was quite an adventurous experience. You know, you get up early in the morning. You had to have them out by 6:30 on weekdays, and on Sundays they gave you until 8 o'clock in the morning, because you know everybody during the week they're expecting their paper early, and on Sundays they're home and they're probably sleeping in, so they don't have to work, and then they don't need their papers early. They're just chilling at home and reading the paper and looking at ads. But the weather, it was a big problem when it came to delivering papers, because when it rained, you would have to put everything in plastic bags unless you walked up on people's porch and they wanted it in their door. Certain people would want it in their door. Certain people would say it's fine if you throw it on my porch. Other people, they'd want it under their mailbox. And that wasn't fun. And then the winter time, I fell down steps at least one time I can remember. Thankfully, I fell on my butt and just slid down like 13 steps, so it wasn't too bad, but still, you're just like, what am I doing? You think in your head, you're like, I'm not making that much money. Like, for a whole month, in a month, I'd make about $300, I believe, which now, $300, that ain't getting you nowhere. And the worst part was those bags, those plastic bags, if you had to use them, you had to buy them, basically. It was only like maybe 3-5 cents a bag, but when you're considering each paper is like 50 cents, they sell them for, and you're making like, I think maybe 15 cents or something, because they got all that overhead. They got to pay the managers and everything, so you're not making much. And any little bit of loss, you're losing. So what I'd do too is they'd have these pizza rally things where you'd go out with your manager and you go to some random neighborhoods and you'd get people to sign up for the paper. You'd give them a trial period at a cheaper price, and most times people would sign up because it'd be like 13 weeks for almost practically nothing. You'd save all kinds of money. So what we'd do, we were smart, we'd go down to the projects, because those people usually ain't get, you know, they wouldn't get papers if they had to pay full price, but man, you're giving them a deal, they're going to get the newspaper so they can read their news. So we'd go down there, get a bunch of people, and it was nice. Like, every person I got to sign up, I got so much money. And I remember I'd make like $100 in a day just doing that with my manager. My manager was a good guy, and he'd just say, oh, you know, just stand here with me and I'll do most of the talking. So he'd give me all these people to sign up for the paper, and I just had to be there. And what else? Oh, I would sleep in. That was another problem. How I was saying that you'd have to get up and, you know, have them out by 6:30. I would sleep in, and there'd be knocks on the door at like 6:40, and I believe I had to get, what did I have to do? I had to go to school. I think there was one occasion where I had to go to school and I was really late waking up, and they knocked on the door. I'm like, I can't even deliver them. So I think they delivered them for me or something crazy like that, because I would have never made it to school in time. So that's what I would have to get up, deliver them, and then I'd have to go to school. So if I slept in at all, and it wasn't even sleeping in, that was the worst part. I'd wake up and I would just go back to bed, you know, do the old shut off the alarm. I would actually make myself have to get out of bed, because I would set my alarm at the end of the bed, but I'd get up, shut the alarm off, plop right down in bed. So you're in trouble, because that alarm's off, and ain't no getting up after that alarm's off. So that was not fun on very many occasions, and I actually surpassed the limit where they would fire you if you slept in too many times. I remember the last time I slept in, I was like, oh, this is it. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go answer that door, and then my manager's going to be there and basically tell me I'm fired. But they said since I was such a good delivery boy and I always did a good job, they'd stretched the limits a little bit, so I got to say, woo. But I did this whole delivery thing for 1.5 years, and I'll tell you what, if you want to go do it, it is nice extra income. don't do it as your only thing unless you're a young kid like I was. Like, if you're older, that isn't going to get you anywhere. You know, you're going to, especially if you're doing a motor route where you're driving your car the whole time, yeah, you're making a little more than the people that are walking, but the wear and tear on your car, when you think about that, you really aren't making nothing, because it destroys your car doing all that stopping and go and putting it in the park. It's just not good. There's no way that's good. But the time you will love, and I saved this for last, is when you get to Christmas time. Any people that you delivered well to and you put it in their door all the time and it's anything like that, I got so many $50 tips from people, it was unbelievable. And I'm just thinking in my head, like, man, these people don't even have to do this, but they're great people and they'll give you big tips like that when you deserve it. So that's when it's worth it, guys. So if you want to go out there and do it, do it. But these are my thoughts and my experiences. So good luck.